Hi, welcome to Sugar Free. This is the Daily Tarot for Thursday, the 14th of January, 2021. Oh, these times we're living through, these times. Goodness me. That would be a good title for a newspaper, wouldn't it? The Times. Oh dear, my little jokes. Do you know, it's almost like spring here in the south of England. It's been pretty warm for the last 2 days. And some of the trees, like the magnolia trees and all this, they're coming into bud. And it's kind of lovely out there. There's loads of birds and, it's all going on. And in our vegetable garden, we've had kale and Cavallo Nero kale going all through the season. The leaves are getting pretty small now. But I was down there earlier and there was some chard as well. So we've got some greens for dinner tonight. Yay! Anyway, I am using the Ancient Italian Tarot and this is going to be a major arcana reading. So let's see what we get. Beautiful. Let's start there. And whatever this is that's coming out was kind of like me. Oh, excellent. The Fool. Now the Fool has been turning up in the reverse for a while. Here he is. Me. In the upright. How wonderful. The Fool, the Zero card, the card of I am. I am. Let's see what I am goes on to say. Okay. Right. Okay, I am says, I choose. Choose your weapon. Pick your side. Oh, right. He's got his weapon there. Look at that. He's got his weapon. He's going to do something with that weapon. Oh dear, the little cherub's got a little weapon as well. The weapon of love, the weapon of will, the weapon of do it. But do be aware that once you've done it, you can't undo it. Okay. Right. What else can we see for today? Sorry. Another shuffle. Another one. Oh dear. Stick with me, folks. Stick with me. There we go. Okay. Little bit sticky. Strength in the reverse. Right. What I'm seeing here is a kind of deep. Vehicle reversing. No. What I'm seeing here is a kind of where something has been held in suspension, held perhaps out of sight, held in a state of potential. It's going whoomp and kind of like falling out or just going ta-da! And there's going to be no holding it back. And it's like what I'm seeing actually is like a crack opening in the earth. And when a crack opens in the earth, say you've got a group of people and they're standing on a piece of land and suddenly this crack opens up, there is always this point at which you're like, am I going to jump and be on the side with those people or am I going to stay where I am? And, there comes a point where if you don't jump now, you won't be able to. That's what I'm seeing. Seriously, guys, that's what I'm seeing. Um, the Fool is about choosing between statuses, because we see a young man choosing between ignoring or trying to ignore the force of nature embodied in this little cherub here, shooting the arrow, and it's like the blossoming, the kind of waking up, the like zzz of wanting something, like he wants the young girl. Is he going to try and ignore that and stay his mother's son? Which one? Which way is he going to jump? And it's not a straightforward, oh, well, this could be fine and that could be fine. And it's not even a kind of, yeah, I definitely want this one and I definitely don't want that one. There are advantages and disadvantages to both of them. There's the safety of the familiar, and there's the lack of safety of the unfamiliar, of the new. And yet there is this kind of springtime of like, oh God, I want that, like coursing through his veins because of this. It's not an easy choice to make, and once he's made it, there's no going back. And this is suddenly going to appear, okay, because we have the Fool in the upright here. Strength in the reverse, I'm seeing today as it will not be possible to kind of mediate this. If you stay in the middle, you're going to fall down a crack. If that doesn't sound too disgusting. Because in the Strength card, we have this kind of, this wild creature that wants what it wants and insists upon what it insists upon, kind of rampaging around, being civilized and having the force of kind of maturity applied to it, very gently. Some boundaries put up by the barefoot queen here. Oh, I know she's a queen because she's wearing a crown, lovely, and she's got a sash. But here it's in the reverse, so there's perhaps not enough time to kind of weigh this up and come at this in a slow and considered way. It's not always possible to do that. There are points at which you got to jump one way or the other. And as I say, when a crack opens up, when a gap opens up, you know, if you leave it too long and you decide actually you don't want to be on the side that you're on, you want to be on the side, it's too late. That's what I'm seeing. I was reading an article this morning about quantum leaps from the scientific perspective. And the thinking up until now had been that when a quantum leap occurs, it occurs kind of randomly and it occurs instantaneously. It's an effect with no cause. And they, bless them, have found out that that's not the case. There is a cause, and they have managed to actually watch the journey of a quantum leap. They've managed to watch a quantum leaping and sort of becoming still before it launches itself. So a quantum leap, perhaps, in evidence. Anyway. Right. The Emperor. Surprise, surprise. Be glad to see him in the upright. Let's keep going. This is about authority. There's a whole heap of questions being asked about all that at the moment, are there not? A whole heap of questions. Wheel of Fortune. Questions to which nobody knows the answers. It could go this way, it could go that way. No, hold on a sec. And I'm going to get one more. I'm going to pull this together. I'm not saying this next one is going to be the last one necessarily, but I am going to get one more. Sorry, I need another shuffle. Okay. The Sun. Right, well look, no matter what... okay, what I'm seeing here is that authority figures, those in positions of power on the human level, I'm not talking about the earth, okay? I'm not talking about spiritual, I'm talking about the human level, the realm of kings. Kind of don't really get this. They don't really get this. And some of them are going to be saying, go this way. And some of them are going to be saying, go that way. The bottom line is, whichever way you go, we're moving towards, or, you know, what we have, well, not moving towards, we are in the realm of the Sun. The Sun is the commitment card, the agreement with the self, coming into unity with oneself. And I mean, the couple that we see here in the Lovers card, this young couple here, where this choice is being taken, that isn't really a choice, because we know which way he's going to jump. He's going to jump towards her, and rightly so, because, you know, this little force, this energy of wanting it, not to put too fine a point on it, is in operation. So we know which way it's going to go. The important thing to note with this is that once you've taken that step, there's no going back. So the couple we see there are now, in the Sun card, committed to each other. There's commitment here. And this, I'm getting a very, very strong feeling that this is really, it's incumbent upon all of us to examine ourselves and work out what side of this crack that's opening up underneath us, what side of it are we on. And I do think it is to do with the self, because we have the Fool here in the upright. The Fool is the ultimate I am. It's the individual in its rawest form, raw and unmediated, undone to, unadulterated. It's a very, very simple decision. The kind of pointing this way and pointing that way of authority figures is, they could be right, they could be wrong. I think the thing to remember about authority figures is that most of them, sadly, appear to be primarily concerned with their own authority, which is a great shame for us all. But there's a commitment here, and it's a commitment of self with self. And I'm reminded of the line in Hamlet, Shakespeare's Hamlet, when one of the characters, a young man, Hamlet's friend Laertes, is going off to study in another country or something, and his father is giving him some fatherly advice before he leaves, and he says, "This above all else." This is the speech where he says, "Neither a borrower nor a lender be." If only people would talk to the banks about that. But anyway, the last thing he says, "This above all else, to thine own self be true, for it then follows, as night follows day, thou canst be false to no man. When we are true to ourselves, we are true to all." And I'm seeing that really clearly here. Never mind what this king, emperor says, because this is the link here. These two cards are operating in tandem here. The important thing is that you feel it inside yourself, because, no matter what this, that, or the other boss figure tells us to do. You know, it's ourselves we wake up with in the morning. It's ourselves we fall asleep with at night. We were born to ourselves and we die to ourselves. You know, what's the point of following these people, especially when, as I say, their primary concern appears in the vast majority of cases to be their own flipping progress. Die is cast. The Sun card here. You know, this stuff is happening whether we want it or not. And I'm seeing the Sun very, very much magnifying the Fool here. Strength in the reverse and the Lovers. This is about the speed of the choice and the sort of unmeasured quality of this choice to be taken. What side of the fence are we on? You take their word for it. Take your chances. Take your chances. The Sun magnifies the Fool. Beautiful. Beautiful. Right, I'm going to get one more. Okay. Okay. Well, I almost wish I hadn't now. Justice in the reverse, right? Okay, I don't usually say this about the Justice card because usually justice is something that I kind of like, and I do like justice, but I think the notion of justice has become kind of a bit tarnished. This move, this choice, this leap to be taken or not taken, and, you know, on our own heads be it, for each of us as an individual, has got nothing to do with worldly systems of what is right and wrong. We are moving beyond that. And in so doing, we're kind of going into uncharted territory. And we will eventually have a rewrite of these things, because clearly the system as we know it has run its course, clearly. So it's big bananas. Now I just want to show you something here. This is a photograph I've had to one side. I'm just going to rub some dust off it. And my eye fell upon it. This is one of my photographs I took a really long time ago. Here comes the Sun. This is Corsica, small island currently owned, if I can put it that way, by the French. At dawn, just after arriving at the port on the west coast of Corsica, after an overnight ferry crossing from Marseille or Nice or Toulon, I can't remember. Absolutely beautiful. There is the sun coming up. There's the dawn. Happy memories of that. It's when my father was alive. So I just thought I would share that with you. The Sun is here. The commitment is made, and it's got nothing to do with him or any control he may believe he wields over justice. I won't even say look before you leap, but do be aware that the window for an effective choice is limited. Right, I will leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again soon for another reading. Namaste.